Mr. A in Lagos is the same thing that is applicable to Mr. B in the east and
In the
then,
east.
and the north.
Okay, so where do lawyers come in as regards consumer rights infringement? Because like this is the NERC, the discos, and then the consumer.
Yes, lawyers can, even you as a consumer per se, there are windows of door that is open, because I want us to start from even the fact that the consumer have a right to complain. He can go to the closest discos, which is a distribution company, that's the power holding company. He can go there and then complain. There's a customer unit wherein you go there, you lay your complaint. So even before even going to approach your lawyer, the law give you the right to go there yourself and lay your complaint.
Does go to any NERC office.
NEC, you can call it NEC.
Okay, NEC.
Which is a National Electricity Regulatory Commission, which is otherwise known as NEC. That is the apex body. So there are procedures before you get to that level. The first of all, when you have any complaint, I want to establish and state that one of the rights, in addition to the rights I've explained, one of the rights is that as a consumer is that you have a right to complain. And how do you now go when you want to complain? The first thing is for you to go to the power holding company close to you, the one that regulates your area. You go there, you lay your complaint. You can either put it in a written form, be very, very sure that your letter is endorsed, assuming you are writing to them, or you are complaining, so that you can have evidence. And then you give them a particular period of time. It could be 24 hours, it could be 7 days, depending on your complaint. And then after that, if they fail to attend to your complaint, then you can either approach your lawyer.
So what if I can't write? How do I tender my case?
You need to, when you go there, there are people at the customer units there. You will explain to them, just like how you go to the bank and then you have the customer units, you explain to them. But for the purpose of having evidence, because the situation may skyrocket to another level. That's why I'm saying, because by tomorrow now, Nigerians will deny that you didn't come to our office. So after that, if they fail to attend to your complaint, then you now approach your professional, a lawyer. It could be somebody educated who can read and write, and then you can then direct your complaint to NEC. NEC, after the first complaint is for you to go to the disco close to you, the power holding company that regulates power supply around your environment. If they fail to attend to your complaint, then you now go to NEC. And then if NEC, which is the highest regulatory body, they have their office all over the federation. If they equally fail to attend to you, and then you now go to court.
So how long will all of this likely take? A year, months?
Depending on your complaint. So
by then we not have finished you. Is there no faster?
They can even attend to you in a day, 30 minutes. If you go to their office, their districts within that environment, if you go there, they can attend to you. And assuming they attend to you, you need not go further. And it is only when they fail to attend to you that you go further. It's just that the system is bad and cumbersome. And we found ourselves in this system.
Okay, this message here on WhatsApp says, I'm listening to your conversation about band A lights. I use that in my area and I'm paying exorbitantly for light here, especially because I share meter with my neighbors. How can I get meter, please? You didn't write your name or your location so that we know the area of Lagos you're actually sending your message in from.
Yes, there is, from my knowledge recently, if you are sharing meter with anybody, there's literally no need for you to be using meter with anybody recently. Again, one is that there is this meter, there's a central meter. Assuming you have about 4 to 5 tenants in an apartment, there's a unit of meter that we give to you that will meter your own apartment particularly. Everybody in that apartment, about 4 in the block of 4 flats, where you are using 1 meter before, and then usually issues often spring up among the tenant. Oh, you are using air condition, you are using 3 freezer, you are using hot
Some
plate.
Is doing cold room inside their house when they know they are sharing the meter.
For that.
But now that's a common practice. So who's supposed to be responsible for ensuring that everyone is metered in a compound?
It is a responsibility. It is a responsibility
of the discos.
Of the discos. To give every customer their meter. As I'm speaking to you now, people have been applying for meter. They are saying there is no meter. Up to date, the meter is not enough to go round. So the demand is on the high side.
So what's the problem? What's the situation there?
It's because of the fact that they are saying that the company that is producing the meter, the price tag, this and that and everything. And for me, I think this is when the government should set in.
The price tag, this and this, is it that it's too expensive, or what's the
production price tag per se is expensive. So this is where government should set in and intervene and ensure that meters are available for consumers.
So how should she handle her situation now? Because she's saying that her area is in Surulere, Itire.
Yeah, no, it's thereabout.
Yes, in Surulere. And she said she's paying for the band A, and of course she's paying a lot. So, and she's sharing the meter on top of that. So how should she take this up now? Use her as a case study. She should go to where?
She needs to go to the power holding company very close to her area and complain to them. Insist that they should give her her own independent meter. And that is only if the apartment that she's sharing that meter with other co-tenants are not owing. Because I know of a situation whereby the particular apartment, where some tenants move into a particular apartment and their accumulated bill. There may be accumulated bill of 100,000, 150,000, and then you now see that the new tenant will need to go into concession with the power holding company. How is it done? Wherein your outstanding bill is 100,000, and then they will agree that okay, every month you'll be subscribing, you'll be putting 10,000, or every week you are putting 10,000, and then they will give you power supply of 5 or 6,000. They will deduct 4,000 like that for the purpose of clearing your outstanding bill, and then you see that you pay 10,000, and then you are getting power supply of 5,000 thereabout, or a token of 5,000. So that is only if that apartment they are not indebted. That is only when the company will agree and concede to give her another meter. But it's not easy. And then if she has her connect in Alausa thereabouts, the head office, I would prefer that she goes to there and then process the meter so that she can get it on time. Otherwise...
All right, keep sending your messages in 0705 690 0927. That's 0705 690 0927. Or you can call 0805 092 0927 for your contributions and comments. So in a situation where the person is not metered, are the discos within their right to come and cut direct lights? Because a lot of people do direct connection. What's the position of the law as regards that?
Let me say that tampering with the power holding company property, the wire, everything belongs to them. If you climb up there and then you go and, I've seen a situation where they will disconnect some people's lights, they will go and reconnect it at night. Let me openly say it, and I'm saying it again, and I will continue to say it.
We have a call there. Let's take that call. Pick the call, producer. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ma.
What's your name and where are you calling from? All right, the network isn't steady. Please try to call us back. We get to have that glitch. So 0705 890 0705 890 4927 or 0805 80. Okay. What's going on? Is it band A? Have I been migrated to band B or band C? All right, 0805 092 0927 or 0705 890 4927. Please call in, share your experience about the electricity situation in the country. And of course, you can ask Barrister Adam Sata questions as well as regards your rights, consumer rights in the country, what you're supposed to do, the way forward when you find yourself in situations like that. So you were answering a question about people reconnecting their lights at night. Barrister.
Yes. You see, let me openly condemn it. It's an offense for you to go out there and then you go and reconnect your power supply. It is an offense.
But when you're not metered, is that a counter?
Whether you are metered or not, the law made provisions for you. All these rights that I've explained is all inclusive. It's not exclusively reserved for the metered customers. Just that the law went further to say that if you are not metered, there are procedures to which you can be assessed. There is a NEC regulatory guideline that stipulates the procedure to which you can be assessed. I've said it that nobody can just enter your apartment and say, oh, you have 4 AC here, 5 AC here, this and that.
Estimated billing.
Yes, estimated. They need to be justified before you can just bill somebody because the person does not have meter. Then you start billing that person arbitrarily. And furthermore, assuming you are billed arbitrary, it is your right not to pay. It is your right to go and complain. And during the process of complaining, it is your right not to pay for the new bill they are bringing until the previous bill is settled. It is your right to complain. It is equally your right not to pay for the disputed bill and even any subsequent one until the disputed billing is settled. So a lot of people don't know about this.
So what of the conversation about reconnection? Is it the right of the consumer to pay for reconnection? Because there's this reconnection fee I hear people get to pay when they cut your lights.
Yes, that's the punishment you face.
But
Yes.
I heard a counter claim that you're not supposed to pay for the reconnection or the wire.
You will definitely pay because they are coming to work for you. You were given notice before the power was disconnected. There are fees that people to pay. They are to pay additional 5,000, 10,000, 2,000 for reconnection fee, so they can be properly guarded. Not when somebody have paid 20,000 for his supply and then you are giving him another 15,000 or 10,000 for reconnection fee. Where is it done? It's not done all over the world.
Okay, so can the person choose his electricity provider in the current under
That's
the
the
current?
words we have been advocating for. That's what some of us are advocating for. Some of us who are activists, and then we speak to the system. But it's not obtainable till date, just like how you have in the power sector, just like you have in the banking sector. You have options of bank. I don't want to mention name, but you see somebody who wants to go for a particular bank as against the other. Somebody who wants to go for a particular network provider as against the other. It's not like that in the power sector, and that is really affecting the system. If you go to some parts of the mainland now, you see they tell you that it's Ikeja distribution company that is operating there. When you come to Island, you see a co-distribution company that is handling this and that and everything. When you go to other states, you see a particular distribution company. Why is it that they are not giving customers, consumers, their right of choice? That right should be inclusive. You should have a right to, if this is not doing, that is the only way we are going to get it right. I don't know, maybe it's going to be capital intensive because of the wire. They need to do a lot of reconnection. They need to format it because is.
But what's the law saying about the rights? Does the law provide for rights to choose your electricity provider upon privatization of that sector? Do you have the right to choose?
There's no provision for you to choose.
So what's the struggle now? Is it that it should now be made a law that a customer can choose? What's the activism?
Before they can, we are saying that the government should create an enabling atmosphere for the customers to go for either A or B or C. More particularly, we can even start from this band A and B classification now. Like I said earlier, we stay in the same environment, Adiola, Odeko, Victoria Island. Somebody can use band A, somebody can use band C. All that matters is for them to reformat their system and rebrand their setting in such a way that we're on the same streets. I can decide to say, I don't want band A, I don't have money to pay for band A, but I have money to pay for band C. Please put me on band C. And that is what happened recently. What happened recently in Surulere, that some Nigerians are out massively clamoring, saying that we don't want band A, it is their right. Very soon people will start going to court to exercise their right. You can't force a contract on somebody. You can't bab somebody's head in